Like their first fight, Dolidze and Vettori had basically a purely kickboxing battle, but this time it was 25 minutes, and this time Roman Dolidze gets the decision, 49-46 on all the scorecards. Dolidze landed more significant strikes in round 2, 4, and 5. Round 3 was tied. Chidi Njokuani drops Zaleski dos Santos with a knee and finished the fight on the ground with strikes, got the second round TKO win. Alexander Hernandez wins a unanimous decision over Kurt Holobaugh.
I caught something funny that first and slipped, lost neck injury, and I kind of lost a lot of control on my right arm, and started to try to do what I needed to do to get the win with the takedowns, and trying to find a takedown blade anyways, but Kurt's a dog.
Damon Blackshear gets a second round Kimura submission victory over Cody Gibson. He has 13 of 16 wins by stoppage and 11 submissions.
Yeah, I thought I was going to touch him up on the feet. He's going to be like, okay, I can't handle it there. And then he was going to shoot. He ended up shooting. And I sunk in my guillotine. He survived the guillotine. Didn't survive the Kimura.
Brandon Ribeiro gets the second round Kimura victory. His opponent has an unusual tick where he wipes his eye every couple seconds. It's like he got eye poked. Last time there's 2 Kimuras in a row, I was 11 years old and Raul Rosas Jr. was 6 years old. One of the biggest favorites on the card, Vallejos knocks out Choi in the first round, one of the prospects in the 145 division out of Argentina.
1, 23 years old, with a very bright future ahead of you. Where are you going to take this career? John Silva! Vengo por Vamos!
John Silva, I'm coming for you. Let's go.
Waldo Cortez Acosta gets the knockout at the end of round 2 against Ryan Spann, spoiling Spann's heavyweight debut. Costa is now 6-1 in the UFC in the heavyweight division. Su Young Yu wins unanimous decision over AJ Cunningham. He was able to get takedowns pretty easily and control the fight on the ground pretty easily as well. He has a 5-fight unbeaten streak. Biggest underdog on the card was Carlos Vera, 5-1 underdog against Musasa. Didn't matter though, Vera kicked him in the head, dropped him, and got the rear naked choke. 3-16 into the contest.
Really hard, striking, grappling, wrestling. He punched really hard. I felt it from the get, and it was just a matter of being able to stay safe and execute our game plan while staying safe and still showing danger. We were able to execute.
Sam Hughes wins a split decision over Stephanie Luciano.
I need to tighten up, but man, this feels freaking good. I didn't cuss, guys.
Safe side in your corner every time. 100 wins for his team, and he's there for you every single step of the way.
A little bit emotional. A lot of people counted me out. I counted myself out. But he told me I was great the day one I came in the gym. So a lot of credit goes to him. A lot of credit goes to Charles Bird.
Andre Lima battered Daniel Barres for 2 rounds standing up, and in the third round, he got the fight to the ground and got the rear naked choke victory. He remains undefeated at 11-0. Priscilla Cachoeira knocks out Josiane Nunes in the first round. They just slugged it out, and Priscilla Cachoeira landed a big uppercut that knocked Nunes out cold.
I used to be a crack user.
Carly Judice knocks out Yanesi Dubin in the first round with a head kick and then punches on the ground. She was one of the biggest favorites on the card, and she looked like that leading up to the knockout. She was lighting her up on the feet and then kicked her in the face and then knocked her out on the ground. Very impressive female flyweight KO to kick off the card.
Yeah, definitely. It feels amazing. We knew she hasn't been in there with a striker like me, as skilled as me, and coming off of 2 losses, we really made sure we fixed the holes that I had in my last 2 fights. So I just felt great coming in here. I felt like I had everything tied up that I was lacking in the last 2 fights. So it feels amazing. Hard work pays off if you just stick to it and you keep working. It's gonna pay off eventually.
Talk us through this.
Oh yeah, that's my question mark. Yeah.
That's the main card for UFC 314 next month, April 12th in Miami, Florida. Volkanovski versus Lopez. Main event, co-main event, Chandler versus Pimblett. Bryce Mitchell versus Jean Silva. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. And Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull opens the card. Latest rumor is Netflix might grab UFC broadcasting rights in 2026 after the ESPN deal ends at the end of this year. New York Post source says it's almost definite, with Netflix potentially paying $2 billion for pay-per-view events, while ESPN keeps smaller fights for $1 billion. Talks are ongoing, but That was the latest rumor, nothing confirmed. Some of the other things that Eric Richter, the New York Post, was saying is that the UFC were really mad last weekend over the pay-per-view issues during the Pereira versus Ankalaev card. UFC has an issue with ESPN because of their technology. ESPN feel like they're not getting the pay-per-view buys that they expected from the deal. UFC is going to do everything in their power to get the Netflix deal. That's what Eric Richter says. Pay-per-view numbers apparently way down, and pay-per-view points are becoming pointless in fighters' contracts because of how low pay-per-view buys are currently. Paddy Pimblett has a message from Michael Chandler about a month out from their fight at UFC 314.
It was also nice to size Chandler up. Like, a lot of people were surprised at how much bigger I am than him when I knew I was going to be that much bigger than him. I'm going to show everyone that the old guard's on the way out and the new guard's coming in. Funny, everyone's saying he's going to knock me out. I don't think he's going to get near me on the feet. Everyone thinks Mike's just going to come out and knock me out, lad, and I won't stand with him. Just like everyone thought I wouldn't stand with Bobby Green, but the striking's got so much better since the Bobby Green fight, and he's underestimating me, I think. Thinks he's fighting the same Paddy what for Jared Gordon, lad, when I'm a fucking completely different fighter now. I've evolved.
Former UFC fighter Zach Pauga added a Diddy boxing card. It's headlined by Yoel Romero, and Andrei Arlovsky is also on that card, March 22nd.
Hopefully, sometime this year, I get the opportunity to step inside the dirty boxing ring myself. Two names come to mind when I think of who I would want to face. Definitely, I would like to fight Jake Paul in dirty boxing. We've already spoken about it. And I'm with it. I'm with the action. Let's get after it. And if that's not something that we can make happen right now, the other one, Conor McGregor hasn't fought in a while. I know my people would be excited about that. Obviously, everyone would be excited about that one. They've been trying to get us to fight each other in another organization. He's obviously busy still with the UFC, but still not fighting. It's been 4 or 5 years since he's fought and competed.
If Jones and Aspinall fight, as the UFC want them to, Almeida's looking to take on Volkov. With Estela Nunes out, McCann now takes on Alexia Thainera on March 22nd. I like the idea of a 1-point deduction for weight misses. Everyone crying. He doesn't look like he's dying up there. He didn't even look like he was dying of dehydration on the scale. Outrageous. Fire him. Something is off with the sport. Simple fix to the weight cut issue. Percentage you lose is based on the amount was off. 4 pounds, you lose 40% of your purse.
If you want your son high-level wrestling, send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget. Amigo from Madrid, ¿cómo estás, amigo?
Good, but so tired. So tired.
Where tired?
The training of the...
Barca number 1?
No. Real Madrid, number 1.
First guy who come to Dagestan for how many?
Years, 2-3 years.
2-3 years, send him to Dagestan.
Yes, of course.
What is her name?
Gonzalo.
Across the globe, make it known in the octagon. I've brought my own.